First up tonight, that deadly officer-involved shooting in Fountain. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office is now heading up this investigation.
Police got the call of a family fight this afternoon at 2:30 in the 700 block of Legend Oak Drive. When police got there, they were invited inside, but then say they were eventually confronted by a man with a gun.
Well, the officer shot him. The man was pronounced dead at the hospital. KRDO News Channel 13's Greg Miller has been talking to police and neighbors. And Greg, really a scary situation for people living nearby.
Yeah, James and Heather, if you talk to the people who live in this neighborhood, they'll tell you not a lot happens. There's not a lot of activity, and they're certainly not used to lights flashing at 10 o'clock at night. Both homeowners and investigators tonight are asking the same question: why would something like this happen?
Police lights and crime scene tape aren't common in this Fountain community.
The cops were all pulling up at the same time the kids were all walking home from school. So we had a bunch of chaos kind of going on, parents trying to get to their kids.
Katrina Sandoval worried her kids might have been in trouble, but was relieved.
So I, kind of bolted down the street, and luckily I met them right at the corner, so they were fine. But
she never saw or heard any gunshots fired, and another neighbor close by was stunned.
They're just normal people like you and I.
Police say they arrived to the house, were invited inside by someone else, but then a man pulled a gun on them and they were eventually forced to shoot him. He was taken to the hospital, but later died.
We've got interviews to do, we've got neighborhood canvass to do, we've got the search warrant to do.
Since the shooting involved a Fountain police officer, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office has now taken over the investigation. They tell us that the officer involved in the shooting was wearing a body camera, and that footage will be reviewed as this investigation continues.
It's quiet. Like I said, everybody kind of knows their neighbors. The crime rate is pretty low here. Nothing really happens.
A quiet neighborhood they'd like to see again as they learn more about a tragedy less than a block away.
Now, the Sheriff's Office tells us that there was only one gunman involved, that police officer only fired that one shot. There is no risk to the people who live here tonight. That officer, meanwhile, is on paid administrative leave, and that is typical policy in an officer-involved shooting. We're live in Fountain tonight. Greg Miller, KRDO News Channel 13.
Greg, thank you.